Happy Sunday, beautiful people. Peace and blessings be upon you all, and I hope that you are all well this Sunday um, as we get ready to go into a new week. So, I want to share a story with you guys today, and it is a story from my childhood. Kind of traumatic, but it's all about the point in the end. When I was about 5 years old, I remember my mom was working, overtime, and we had to pick her up maybe like 7ish, but it was dark out by this time, and there was a really bad storm. Um, so we were dropping one of her coworkers off at home, and in the process, the car began to flood because of a taxi that was in front of us stalling out and us not having anywhere to go. We pretty much got stuck behind a taxi, and then our car started flooding, just like the taxi started flooding, and we had to get out of the car so that we could get on the bus that we knew was going to come our way. So my stepfather was carrying me and my sister, and as he went to step off of a curb, he fell, and when he fell, he dropped us. And as upset as we were at the fact that this taxi had stalled and caused us to stall and flood and get into this crazy situation that we were in, when he dropped us, I began to roll down the hill in the waters, and I could see a bunch of water at the bottom of the hill, and it was a far way to go, but it was like looking at the bottom of a waterfall as far as my size and my age and what it looked like to me. And I remember the White Castle being on the corner, as far as the landmarks in Jersey. So anyway, as I'm going down this tumble of life towards all of this water at the bottom of this hill, uh, that same taxi that stalled and caused us to have to get out the car was the same taxi that I grabbed onto the front fender of, that actually saved my life that night. Long story short, if the taxi wouldn't have stalled, I probably wouldn't be here. It literally prevented me from rolling down that hill and possibly drowning. Um, so all of that is to say that sometimes a stall is not a bad thing. And sometimes we have to be still and make moves in a different way than we expected in order to survive or become stronger, or to gain perspective on how things could have been. Not how they should have been, but how they could have been based off of what happens. Because, as I always say, you can't do anything about what has already happened. It's just a matter about how you're going to move forward, as far as maybe being more cautious when you step off the curb, or maybe go an alternate route when you know that there's bad storms and what could possibly happen, if that's possible, just in general, looking at things differently based off of your experiences and what you go through. Um, so be still sometimes. Be still sometimes so that you are allowed to go in a different direction. Be still sometimes because you never know why you're being still, or how that stall or that pause is going to have a positive impact on you in the future. Um, I'm moving. Uh, I have to change spaces and places, and that's physically, mentally, and spiritually. Just as I had to that day when we all got out the car and I tumbled down that hill. It has been a rough year. Um, it has been a rough 2 years, but I made it. And even with all of the stalling and all of the setbacks and all of the pauses and all of the rerouting that I had to do, I am so brand new, and I am so ready for what life, the universe, God, everything around me has in store for me moving forward. I love y'all. Be kind. Peace.